Sean Baker here, and this is my review on the Ariat H20 Workhog work boot, steel toe work boot. I did a previous video on what type of job I do, which is basically I drive a tractor trailer, a tanker truck that delivers diesel and gasoline. So work 12-hour days in all types of conditions and all types of surfaces. So I'm needing a good quality work boot that will last. As a general rule, they only last a year no matter what type of boot that I've tried. In the past it's been Red Wings, Wolverines, and I did a separate review on the Doc Martin boots, which was my first introduction to a pull-on boot. So I've decided to step up a little bit and try the Ariat work boot. And I just got them today, so I haven't even had a chance. I tried them on, but I haven't had a chance to oil them up yet. But I'll oil them up and put them on tonight, and I will do some periodic reviews in the next 3-6 months, maybe even a year, to show how they're holding up with the conditions that I'm under. So good looking boot. I don't necessarily have to have that, that fancy stitching, but it's a nice boot. So we'll see how it holds up. That's the most important thing, and how comfortable they are. One thing I did do that was different was I had read on some of the reviews that the break-in time was, a little bit long for some people, and that they fit a little bit tight. So a number of guys recommended on reviews to get one size bigger. So the bonus for me is that the size 12 that I normally wear is like 179 or thereabouts, 180 something, maybe 179, 189, and a size 13 is $60 cheaper. I don't know why, but we'll take that bonus. So that's maybe a concern of how as I break them in, I don't want to be slipping around in them. That remains to be seen. But I'll be back with you in maybe 3 months, and we'll see how they're holding up. Thanks. Hi, I'm back. It's been a couple weeks, and I just wanted to give an initial review on what my observations are on these Ariat work boots. So I will just cut to the chase and say that these are by far the most comfortable work boots that I've ever worn. In 20 plus years of doing some pretty heavy duty work in pretty tough conditions, I've never worn a work boot that has been as comfortable as these. It's like walking, I'm not going to say on air, but like gel. They're lightweight. I haven't had any problems with them. I mentioned that I got the one size bigger to kind of help with the break-in period, and I haven't had any issues with that. The only problem that I have had in the last couple weeks are where these straps come over. They'll catch you in the side of your shins, and then where this seam comes together in the front right there, that has a tendency to rub the front part of your shin. So it's pretty important to get there goes the alarm. It's pretty important to get a sock that's going to go at least to mid-calf. I've got these Dickie work boot socks that are reinforced, but they only go maybe mid-calf. You really need them to go just about to your knees. So like I said, they've worked out well for me. This past week in Missouri, it has gone all the way down to -2 degrees, where I was working on snow and ice, a lot of ice. And then fast forward to yesterday, it was 72 degrees.
So I was working in 6 inches of mud and gravel and some pretty slippery conditions. I didn't have any problem whatsoever. Part of those conditions were on diesel, slick, nasty, and they've done real well. I can't say enough about them. And that's pretty much what I've heard hands down from everyone that I've talked to. They said, hey, it's the most comfortable work boot I've ever had. A few guys have said that they've only got 7-8 months out of them, but they're wearing them all the time. They're wearing them to the store, the football game, whatever. They're farm guys and they just wear them nonstop. I'm wearing them 12 hours a day at work, which is enough for me. So we'll see. It remains to be seen how they'll hold up, which is a pretty important thing to me. But as far as I'm concerned, they're doing great. So do me a favor, if you've had this work boot or a similar Ariat work boot, steel toe or not, leave some comments on how they're holding up for you. I'd be curious to see what type of industry you're in and how they're holding up. And I will do a follow-up video in a year from now to show how this sole is holding up. I don't think the upper will have any problem whatsoever, but the tread, you know, it doesn't look all that aggressive, but it does the job. But we'll see how it does in a year. So thanks for watching, and I'll give you an update in about a year or so on this boot. Thanks and good stuff.